Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to begin by thanking God for the opportunity to read for all of you. And I want to thank all of you who have been here with me. Thank you so much. Again, at this time, I am not requesting that anyone give me any cash donations. I just ask that you view, you like, make comments, and share and subscribe if you feel so to return some energy back to me. Okay, so I want to begin by talking about the red-fronted macaw. And this is, of course, like one of those large parrots that are on the endangered species list. So let me just see what it says about it. The red-fronted macaw is a parrot endemic to a small semi-desert mountainous area of Bolivia. It is a critically endangered species. It has been successfully bred in captivity and is available, if not as a common pet. Let's see. It is also sometimes known in the literature as La Fresnay's macaw, named for the French ornithologist who was one of the first to describe the species. So if you wanted to see one, it's showing that they are available at the Tulsa Zoo in Oklahoma, and they are critically threatened. So the other thing I want to see is a spiritual meaning. Okay, in some cultures, macaws are considered sacred messengers, guardians, and symbols of good fortune. So we'll just leave it at that. Again, I just Googled endangered species and I wrote them down. So we have to quit taking our ecosystem, our animals, how we live, how we manage our rubbish, how we make better choices to stop littering, to stop burning, to stop over processing our lands. All right, so next we are going to talk about the divine feather. And that's the feather, and it is the wren. Be bold and confident. Use all of your resources to create your dreams. Wren is a small springtime bird that is said to be the king of birds and lucky as well. Adored as much as the robin in lore, we see wren in many folk tales as an adaptable and resourceful bird. His powerful voice gives the impression of a much larger bird and allowed it to sing all day with great confidence. The wren's sensitivity to temperature indicates that we too need to be sensitive to extremes. Wren is clever, and the pagan traditions associated this messenger to the earth gods and goddesses with sharing their earth-based wisdom. The wrens help us to realize we are the sum of all of our gifts. The message, the divine wren flutters in to remind you that you already possess all the resources you need. Rather than seeking more, looking here and there, now is the time to stand strongly and confidently. In this acceptance of what is already present, you will create the shift you seek. Watch out for any tendency toward extreme behavior. It is important to find the balance rather than to overdo it. Being bold and confident comes with strength within, not from a false sense of self. Ren guides you beautifully through this new exploration and invitation to grow. The gift of this messenger is adaptability. Energy is confidence, resources, adaptability. The season is winter and spring. The element is earth and air. The color is brown and gray. The affirmation, my confidence and inner strength guide me forward. Okay. All right, so I bypassed Miracles Now. So let's talk about that for a minute. When I move my body, I bust through all that blocks me from my true health and vitality. So going for walks, having a workout routine, doing stretches. Let's see, what else would there be? You could be a runner. You know, there's sprint runners and then there's long distance runners. You could like acrobats. You could like to swim. So whatever it is that gets your body moving, it is good for your mind, body, and soul. And when you are doing your workout, whatever that is, it frees your mind from worry. Your concentration is moved to what activity you're taking part in. So as you exercise, whatever it is, again, it brings in health and vitality, mind, body, and soul. Okay? So I have my love cards. Love can bring in sadness. Love can cause jealousy. Love can give you your heaven on earth. Love can make your dreams come true. And love can make you see the bigger picture of your life. So the way these cards spell out, I feel like maybe someone's realizing that whatever that it is that they're involved in is not really love. So they're saddened by the fact that they need to make a choice to do something different. And it's possible that someone is deciding to possibly make changes in his or her life, and it causes other people to be jealous that, with their bold confidence, they are choosing whatever it is that they're choosing. And the people who are being left behind are people who can't see that person's vision. They don't understand why he or she would be leaving their position, whether it's home, business, or recreation, because they're not ready to make changes in their own life. So the other thing about that is spiritually, some of us are guided to do other things. And when we have that realization, it's hard for us to explain. Some things are not meant to be explained because that's between you and our Heavenly Father. So that's kind of how I read those cards as they came out. All right, so the first card out of my other handwritten cards is If You Really Believe. The song is by Hall & Oates, and it's So Close. And If You Really Believe is one of the beginning of one of their lyrics in that song. So The next card, happy. Be it, show it, love it in your life. You know, the more you appreciate in your life, the more happiness you can find. New energy will enter your life to be a blessing or another lesson. So, that's what they say is about people you encounter. They're either there for a lesson or a blessing, or it could be both, or it could be neither, I guess. Whatever it is for you, just know that kind of to guard your heart, yet have your heart open. You'll know the feeling when you get to that point. And to establish the boundaries, to talk about, you don't really have to talk about your past per se, but if both parties are vulnerable and truthful, they can have the boundaries and respect them. And if they are both understanding, forgiving, caring, loving, if they really want it to work, it's going to work. If it doesn't work, you can't say you didn't try. So if there's something that you want to do in your life that's going to cause a lot of changes, you know, if you go in it being positive and speaking the truth about how you feel, maybe you haven't spoken that truth of how you feel about this other person, place, or thing. When you live in your truth, you really can't go wrong. You know, loving yourself enough to be truthful. Of course, there's things you don't want to share right off the bat. And what could that be? That could be, I guess you could say, yeah, I was a player and I got tired of that and I'm moving forward. I'm looking for something more solid. Or you could say something like, yeah, I really didn't handle my finances the best and I learned a lesson from that, and I'm trying to make my life better by changing different things in my life. What else could you say? You could say, mentally I beat myself up and I did this, and this that was detrimental to who I am and who I want to be. Whatever that is for you. Okay, so removing the blocks, I believe this has to do with exercise. What was that card? New energy will enter your life to be a blessing or another lesson. Okay, let me stay on point there. So there could be different reasons why you've made changes in your life. And you have to really just not beat yourself up over it. Just say, you know, I learned a lot of lessons. I was able to experience A, B, C, D. I would never want to say that I regret anything because it made me the person I am today. And I'm healing. I'm learning to love myself more. I'm learning to respect myself more. I'm learning to trust myself more. So everything that I do for myself will call in that person that does that for themselves. So, okay, next is the death card. So someone's putting a death to, it says parting of ways. Could be a loss, an ending, an alteration, or transforming. So that is a 13. In case you need to know, the 13th letter of the alphabet is M. 4 has to do with structure, so someone might be putting to death who they were in the past, and they are seeking to have more structure in their life. Okay. Maybe Leader of the pack of the copycats. So this could be someone who is coming into your life to be a lesson, right? Or a blessing in disguise. Maybe you are the leader of the pack of the copycats, and maybe you are deciding to change your life, to be more authentic, to be more real. And if it's not you, it's someone that you may be thinking of, or someone close to you. Okay. A tool for you to use. You are intuitive. Awareness, connection with the Most High, the inner knowing. So sometimes you have that gut feeling that tells you it's time to move my body. It's time to bust through all that blocks me from my true health and vitality, mind, body, and soul. Okay. All right, the World card came out, and that is a 21. 2 plus 1 is 3, which references Trinity. So someone might be going on a long journey. There might be a sense of perfection or completion. So it could be you were on a long journey, or you're on to another new long journey. So put it where it resonates. So the World basically means there's a new cycle coming, right? Closing out old things for a new world to come in. Okay, and living without you, dying without you. That's a song, some lyrics in a song. I didn't write down what the song was, but maybe someone's trying to tell you, if I'm without you, I'm dying. Like, they're soul spirits. So it would make sense to me how these cards came out, that someone needs to believe, or they started to believe in their journey. They want happiness. They know that a new energy, once they close, the saying is, once you close the door, another door will open. They want to put a death to where they've been and cut their losses and call for some endings, some alterations, transformation, parting of ways. And knowing that they are intuitive and they have the inner knowing, and closing out the cycle for a new beginning. And they want you to know that they're living without you and they're dying without you. So someone might be coming into your life. Okay, next we have the animal message. And today we have the baboon. In love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communications is the key. Sublime baboon, adept of love, wears her heart on her sleeve. Baboon does not pretend. Her passions and shows of affection are genuine. Her reactions without artifice. So you may believe the ardent declarations of others. Truthful, heartfelt communication and open expression of feelings are what matter now in your relationship, if, like baboon, you seek lasting love. Hiding your emotions will leave others unsure of your intentions and reluctant to reveal their own feelings, which can only lead to misunderstandings and sadness. Okay. Next we have the Tattoo Tarot. And we have the Four of Coins. I'm going to read these for you. Inheritance, gift, win, grant, or benefit. Okay. The Seven of Swords. Cunning, skillfulness, and determination that needs to be used for the right purposes. Considering escape from an imprisoning situation. The Eight of Wands. Progress, breakthrough, events moving quickly, on the threshold of something new, promises or proposals. And they always reference the Eight of Wands as communication coming in. Okay, the Three of Swords. Disruptive forces, incompatibility, heartache, distance, absence, alienation, unrest, confusion, delay, loss of bearings, loss of moral compass. Okay, resolving a moral dilemma, victory through the right action, the healing power of pure intentions, no pain, no gain. And the Three of Swords is the broken heart, usually. Okay, the Knave of Coins. Study, reflection, meditation, concentration, rule, application, instruction, scholarship. The love of learning and knowledge. A messenger collecting and circulating information. Okay, could be management or its lack, liberal, luxury, wasteful. Okay. And then we have the Lovers. Lovers, they say, is usually the Gemini. But it doesn't have to be. Love, attraction, virtue, compatibility, harmony, triumph over trials, choice, intuitive decisions, union. Okay. So the way these cards played out, I feel like there's inheritance. And there's the Lovers. The things that have been between them is the Seven of Swords. Maybe there's been no communication or misunderstood communication. It's caused heartbreak. And someone young has been studying, been meditating on the situation. Okay, so next we have the angel number. We have the Seven of Wands. Resolute firmness and bravery, overcoming challenges even if outwardly against the odds. Winning through fighting from a position of advantage, the strength of personal integrity. The Nine of Cups. Success and abundance, well-being, contentment, happy, secure future. Wholeness, wisdom earned, spiritual fulfillment, trophies, rewards, achievements. And then we have the Ten of Wands. Success and honors, but at a price, fulfilling obligations while oppressed by their weight, striving towards deadlines, climbing a precarious ladder, needing to reduce pressure. So our angel number today is going to be 791. Okay, so let me read that for you. transcribes. Number 791 is a blend of the energies and attributes of number 7 and number 9 and energies of number 1. Number 7 relates to understanding the self and others, emotions and feelings, spiritual awakening and development, empathic and psychic abilities, introspection and inner knowing, and study, education, and learning. Number 9 encourages setting a positive example, light workers and light working, philanthropy and humanitarianism, problem solving, generosity, and benevolence are an expansive viewpoint, and endings and conclusions. Number 9 also relates to the universal spiritual laws. Number 1 relates to creation, progress, inspiration, and intuition, new beginnings, striving forward, uniqueness, and individuality, inspiration and intuition, motivation, and progress. Number 1 encourages us to step out of our comfort zones and reminds us that we create our own experiences and realities. Angel number 791 encourages you to look forward to new opportunities in your life as they will lead to wonderful new circumstances and situations. Trust your intuition and follow its guidance as each opportunity presents, knowing that they are appearing for important karmic reasons. Trust that they are in direct alignment with your life purpose and light working mission. Angel number 791 encourages you to try something new and get excited about your life. Stretch yourself beyond what you think you can do and learn new skills that will help you in other areas of your life. Challenge yourself to do something new and different and break some personal barriers and boundaries. Make a decision to better yourself and your life and be open to the opportunities presenting to you. When you follow your heart, you will find yourself growing in wisdom and self-confidence, love, openness, and compassion. Angel number 791 brings a message to keep your thoughts positive and your outlook optimistic in regards to the new opportunities and choices ahead. Trust that all is happening in divine right order and in divine right time. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is planets aligning. So it says January 2025, planetary alignment visible now. So that's off the Weather Channel. What happens when the planets align spiritually? Beyond astrology, many metaphysical traditions consider planetary alignments as moments when divine or cosmic energies are more accessible to humans. These alignments are seen as portals or gateways through which heightened awareness, spiritual insights, and transformational shifts can occur. So you can Google that, planets aligning, and do further research if you like. Okay. So I'm going to sit that down. So next I have some cards out of the Psychic Tarot. So I'm just going to show them to you. And remember, any number that comes up could be that month, or it could be the 5th day of any month, so forth and so on. So 5 of Michael, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. 5 regards change. The Lovers comes out again. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. 2 has to do with balance. We have another 2. Major Arcana, New Beginnings, Archangel Jeremiah. Starting a new life. Finding your purpose. A forgiving and compassionate review of the past. 4 of Michael has to do with structure, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. And then we have another 2, which is the Strength card, considered a Leo. Archangel Ariel, strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, forgiveness. And then we have the King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Okay, so I pulled a card out of your soul purpose and the affirmation. I have a great sense of humor and uplift others through levity. I am quite the character and enjoy being the center of attention. I love to tell jokes and make people laugh. The center of attention is usually the Leo. Okay, comedian. The stone is malachite. Are you a natural at sharing relatable stories that makes others laugh? Observe the patterns of your life. Realize that you aren't the only one having these experiences. Find the levity in observing and participating in events and laugh. So, the funny thing about a comedian is that they can take a past situation that probably was really traumatic to them and find laughter in it after the fact, right? Because when we're going through it, we're really feeling it, but afterwards we can look at the past like, yeah, that happened. It's the only thing I can reference to is if you've been watching me for a while, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, my brother picked me up from the back of my pants and the back of my shirt and threw me onto my parents' bedroom floor, which was, the 70s kind of carpet, and I had rug burns from my like a little bit on my forehead, but my nose, my upper lip, my chin, and going through it was one thing, and going to school was very embarrassing, and I never hated my brother for doing that. Most people probably would, but I had seen some pain that he had gone through, and I knew that he didn't have an outlet for it. So as I got older and I was having some nosebleeds when I was living on the island of Oahu, and I was just beginning to get attached to the VA, but I wasn't all the way in yet, and I was working. My husband at the time was on one job and I was on another job, and the guy I was working with on the other job was already attached to the VA, so he got me in there, and they saw me right away, and it had to do with my blood pressure, so it's better to have a nosebleed than having whatever, a heart attack or stroke, right? So, God bless me there. So I say thank you, God, for my life. And so later on I had to go through to see the doctor that handles the nasal, whatever, the nose or whatever, and he was training a newbie, someone who was training to be a doctor, and so he told her to examine me and let her know his findings, and so she said whatever, broken septum. And so the doctor examined me, and he's like, everything, he tells the girl, everything you said, I see, just as you stated. And then he asked me how. He's like, how'd that happen to you? And I just kind of laughed. I said, I have 4 older brothers, what more can I say? So that would be something that I could relate to as far as taking something that was probably pretty traumatic and, kind of laughing about it, right? Okay, so I have some cards from the messages from the mermaids. Be spontaneous. I think this is regarding you. Could be regarding you or your person who you're thinking of. Be spontaneous. If your gut is telling you to do A, B, C, or D, and that's and that's something maybe you've been scared to do or had some sort of fear, know that God is watching over you. I'm not telling you to take a motorcycle off a cliff or anything like that, right? I'm just telling you that if there's something that you want to do, that you truly within want to do, be spontaneous to those feelings, okay? Because there's blessings following it. When you listen to God's guidance, and a lot of times you might be watching 5 or 6 different readers, and maybe 3 of them are all saying the same thing, and then the other 3 are, one could be totally opposite, and then the other 2 could be kind of a mixture of both. You have to use your discernment. You ask God to bless you with discernment so you can train your mind to bring in the best version of you. If that makes sense, okay? A blessing is something that God gives you with. So to see into your future that you want good in your life, but then you watch a reader that retracts, right? That takes away from your thought process. You create your own reality. So you need to discern to stay positive, and you will have positive outcomes. So, and it could be, all these are general readings, so until you get a reading that's just for you, the energy's just for you, the reader is reading just your energy, you might be able to find more value, more ways to use the words that the reader's telling you to enhance your life. Okay, so if you want blessings, you have to turn away from something, right? Turn away from some negativity that's holding you back. Holding on to memories. Hopefully they're good memories. And hopefully you appreciate and learn lessons. And stop waiting. Take time to make sure whatever changes or choices you're making, do take time. All the time you need to decide, but once that decision's made, don't let anybody guide you a different way. Because as I said earlier in the reading, was sometimes maybe you asked God for a sign and God showed you a sign, but then when you try to explain it to someone, or maybe you haven't even tried to explain it because you think that they're going to think you're crazy. So, and it's not to bottle it up inside, but it's to get you to call upon God. It's like you can ask other people for help, but what help are you really getting? You're getting their twist on things, how they're reading what you're saying to them. What are their agendas? Are they telling you their agendas in a situation? So stop trusting in others. Trust yourself and ask God. And when God gives you the message, you can stop waiting. Okay? So life is a mystery. Life is a mystery. We don't know what comes tomorrow. We don't even know if we're going to finish out the day today. We don't know when God's going to take us. And this is not a thing to say, oh, well, you better find God before you die. Yeah, that probably is a lot true. Okay, but the mystery of life is something to enjoy, something to let unfold naturally. And that's all I got to say about that. Okay, so life is a mystery. All right, so then I have some cards from the Psychic Tarot. So let me get rid of these real quick. Okay. So prosperity begins. Okay. I guess it could be hand over hand for one person, but to me it looks like a man's hand over a woman's, but I could be wrong. All right, so maybe someone has voiced their opinion. Hey, things aren't working out here. I want to go this way where I can prosper. Okay. Maybe this person's trapped in fear and is afraid to say those words, or maybe those words have been said and the person they're saying it to feels like I'm trapped in fear. Okay. So however it resonates, if it does at all. Okay, so the crown chakra 7 comes out, and I want to read that to you. The crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. The chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's a connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance the chakra, to balance the chakra, I find that meditation, breathwork, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. Okay, so following that, we have awareness, which is the major arcana. And again, that is having to do with the crown chakra. Okay, this card is one of the key reminders that you already possess all the tools to guide and direct you in your life, whether it's wisdom, intuition, psychic skill, creativity, self-motivation, love, willpower, physical ability, or just pure courage. They are all part of you. Once you learn to tap into and use them, you'll be amazed by the power and effect they can have. You have the ability to allow the universe to work in partnership with you. Together, you can manifest change, whatever the desire may be, and bring about a positive outcome. This card represents your ability to create your own reality, to set ideas into motion and watch them grow. This card is often drawn when you're ready to switch direction, start a new project, or change careers. Now is the time to use positive thoughts, visualizations, and affirmations as you veer away from negativity. Knowledge is power and can lead to success by having faith, keeping your willpower strong and directed, and by tapping into the tools that you possess, as well as calling on the magic of the universe. You can accomplish anything and everything you set out to do. Major arcana, this is the Magician. So the last two cards is another one, triumphant success. You see, people might have been trying to bury your light, trying to bury your strength, trying to bury your courage, trying to bury you physically, spiritually, or emotionally. And this could be you, or this could be someone you're thinking of. They are not done with this fight. They are releasing negativity so they can have a new beginning. And the last card is Foundation and Achievements. So, someone you know, you might have a son, if you're a woman, or a man, I guess. But anyways, the foundation is having this house, right? Having the rainbow, having the unity between the three of you, having the spiritual insight to have a happy, prosperous life. Okay? All right, let me see. Oh, let me read out of the Bible real quick. I don't want to forget that. And I keep coming to Isaiah 35, joy to the redeemed. But I know I've read that before, so I'm going to go Psalm 114, When Israel came out of Egypt, the house of Jacob, from a people of foreign tongue, Judah became God's sanctuary, Israel his dominion. The sea looked and fled, the Jordan turned back, the mountains skipped like rams, the hills like lambs. Why was it, O sea, that you fled, O Jordan, that you turned back, you mountains, that you skipped like rams, you hills like lambs? Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob, who turned the rock into a pool, the hard rock into springs of water. Okay, so that sounds like dry land becoming wet, right? It's that's part of flourishing, changing for growth, right? Because you can't live without water, and water does so much for us, mind, body, and soul, for the earth, for the creatures to come back. Okay. All right. So moving forward, I have the native spirit, and we have the sacred mountain. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your internal source of power. Meditate. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. Your native spirit wants you to know, from the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. The journey, travel to the peaks of hallowed mountains, and if you can't do this in person, travel in your meditation. Imagine yourself atop a high peak. You can see the world in all directions. Give thanks and offerings to mountains whenever you encounter them. The spirit of the mountain will deeply appreciate your gift. So I know you probably heard the sound of the train coming through. So it's possible someone could be coming to visit you by train. It's possible you might be going to visit someone else by train. It's possible that a train rides. You might be having that in your life. If you've never done it, you should try to experience it. Okay, so got some cards from the Akashic Tarot, so I'm just going to show them to you and tell you what they are. Okay, the King of Keys comes out first, and he's looking over his kingdom. He might have been traveling off, and he might be returning. The Two of Scrolls, two worlds. It's could be having the best of two worlds. It could be choosing between two worlds, however that means for you. Okay, I kind of want to say that's having the best of both worlds, the balance, because we both have good and bad within us, and two has to do with balance. Okay, so we have One of Keys, the architect, someone looking over a project, explaining to, there's a guy there, right? He's explaining to, I believe, his wife or a spouse, or it could be he's a contractor and he's doing some work for a lady, the project and how things are moving along. Okay, and then the King of Roses comes up. So let's see. So you see This could be a guy-guy relationship, but it doesn't have to be. See, they're facing each other. The King of Roses. So it could be like a woman, right? She could maybe be the one taking care of herself, so she carries more masculinity, because if you, like for me, if I walked around in total femininity, then men would automatically think they could take advantage of me. They would automatically think that they could, make their way into my home, make their way into my life, into my heart, right? So, I stand very firm. I kind of portray who I am. Who am I? I'm part of my grandparents. I'm part of my parents. I'm part of how I lived with my siblings. So for me, I guess people could say that I'm a little bit more masculine than feminine, but I don't really think so. Anyway, so it could be man. Let me see, it could be man. It could be woman. It could be man-woman. It could be woman. But they are facing each other. Okay, so very possibly they're set to be on a journey. And the journey is going to bring about a new birth, right? A new birth. It could be children. It could be a business. It could be a marriage. It could be whatever it is. Okay, so anywho, that's the end of our reading. I want to again say thank all of you. And I appreciate you. I know I promised that I'm going to change things up a little, and my changes are coming little bits at a time. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. So if no one has told you today that you are loved, I love you. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. God bless.